This is the Lorenzo Primerano Show. Sit back, relax, and stay tuned.
The Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lorenzo Primerano Show. Guess what? We are back in the routine. Every week, the podcast is going to be out from now on because I said so, and I'm not on vacation anymore. So that's a plus. Now, what I want to get to is, I want to get to the Eagles because they played their first preseason game earlier in the week, and I think the only one they played so far. And then I'm going to go on the Sixers, then the Phillies, then the Union, and we're going to do the Would You Rather. I've actually forgot it last week. We were all out of routine, just trying to get a podcast out for the first time in 2 weeks. But yeah, the Would You Rather question is back, and it's a good one. And it's pretty much based on what kind of sport you watch, but we'll get to that at the end of the podcast. First, I want to get into is the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, they play their first preseason game, but before I get to that, news that broke out way earlier in the week is that Jason Kelce underwent elbow surgery. It does not say how long he will be out for. We hope he has a fast recovery. They said he might be able to play week 1, but of course we don't really know all the details right now. But we're hoping that he is ready to go. Maybe week. I would say week 5. I would be fine with week 5 because of the new center that we drafted. I guess I'll just talk about the preseason now. The new center that we drafted played, I think, pretty decent. He had good block, and I didn't see any mistakes that he made. I like how he snaps the ball. Yeah, I liked how he was doing. I forgot his name. Preseason. I want to talk about Hurts. Hurts played the first couple of series. He went 6 for 6, 80 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, hey, what can you say? I mean, the man is trying to improve himself, and it looks like it's working. But, of course, it's only the preseason, so you can't really make any assumptions. But, I guess it's still kind of the game. I don't know. Preseason and the regular season everyone knows it's two very, very different gameplay, strategy. I want to say Hurts did good. I think that by watching him the first couple of series, I think it looks like he has improved from last year. Of course, don't want to jump the gun too early yet. But yeah, I liked how they were. The Eagles defense I thought was doing okay in the beginning. I actually stopped watching it halfway through. I think I stopped watching it after the first quarter because, that's when all the starters were like, we'll see you. Throw in the practice squad members, and that's it. Now I want to get on to is the Philadelphia 76ers. This isn't really Sixers related, but Kevin Durant, I am assuming this is either a rumor or it's real. It was on a couple of the sports pages. Kevin Durant views the Sixers and the Boston Celtics for his, and in quotes, desired landing spots. Now, I posted this on Twitter earlier, or I think it might have been later in the week that don't go jumping out of your seats yet. Yeah, you can get happy about it, but remember, the NBA is weird. It's complicated sometimes, and if I'm like the Sixers GM, right? I'm Doc Rivers. If Kevin Durant wants to come to the Sixers, I'm pretty sure that his contract is not up yet. I believe he is not a free agent, and we would have to trade for him. Now, who we would trade is a very, very big question. Because, yeah, Kevin Durant wants out of the Nets. He's either going to stay, he's not going to play with the Nets if he stays with the Nets. I mean, who knows? Maybe he will. But he wants out. Pretty much. That's what it's saying. Now, we're looking at it, right? Who would the Sixers need to give up for Kevin Durant? Right? Tough question. Well, you would have to give up Tyrese Maxey. Now, for me, a Philadelphia 76ers fan, right? Would I take Kevin Durant, probably one of the best shooters in this generation, for Tyrese Maxey and someone off the bench and a couple draft picks, right? And then we get Kevin Durant and some nobody from Brooklyn. Would I think that's an acceptable trade? No, I'd be pissed if that happened. Because, look, I don't want a superstar team. As much as I would love for the Sixers to win a championship, I would not want a superstar team. Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, and James Harden all on the same team. I feel like it's like you need that little I don't know how to describe it, but like I just don't think that you can do that. Like, having Kevin Durant on the Sixers does not make sense to me. It doesn't make a clear picture in my mind, and I don't think that it should be anywhere close to being a finalized deal. Because to get Kevin Durant, if his contract is still open, we need to get rid of Tyrese Maxey. Period. At least Tyrese Maxey. And then you would throw some nobody in there, I guess. Maybe Tobias Harris and Maxey, a draft pick. But no, I would not go for Kevin Durant unless we get him for freaking someone off the bench. I'm trying to name someone off the bench. Shake Milton. Yeah, he's alright, but I mean, yeah, I'll take it, but I'm not trying to look for a superstar team. Like, really, I want to win a championship so bad, but yet I don't want it to be an easy process, I guess. Enough of that. I'm going to the Phillies. So the Phillies are now 13 games above 500, which is the last time I checked, which was yesterday. I don't know what they did against the Mets. I'm assuming they lost. I did not check that. And they were 8-2 in the last 10. Yesterday. Before I checked. But the Phillies are doing phenomenal. I mean, I think they have made amazing growth since what? A month ago. I remember on here, I think I said this last week. I don't care if I said this last week. I'm going to repeat myself as much as I can. I'm like, this team is not making the playoffs. This team stinks. They all stink. This whole team stinks, right? They're like 10 plus games over 500. They're in the second wild card spot right now. They were half a game up yesterday. I'm not sure about today. But I'm feeling great about the Phillies right now. And this is without Bryce Harper, mind you. Hopefully the Phillies can just find a way to keep on winning and winning and winning. Make the playoffs. Bryce Harper returns. And we have a freaking chance at going to the World Series. But anything can happen. We can have a 10-game losing streak. So, again, I'm going to say it for maybe the 50th time in podcast history. I won't be surprised if the Phillies don't make the playoffs. I'm just going to say that. Next, I want to get over to Union. Union is sweet, simple, like they've been all year round with a win over Chicago. Chicago Fire stinks. If you were on my Twitter, you follow my Twitter at Lorenzo_12_24, you would have saw that the Union tweeted out a Chicago pie with an L in it. And I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, the Union are just, there's nothing really to criticize them about. They've lost, I think they lost 2 games now. They lost a game earlier last week. But, they just, they win. They win. It's like, they don't win the MLS Cup this year, I will be very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. And I was very disappointed last year when they lost because of all the COVID people. But enough with that. We're going to get on to the Would You Rather question for the first time in 2 weeks, which would be 4 weeks without a Would You Rather question. A Would You Rather question for the week is, would you rather win the Super Bowl or the Stanley Cup? Now, I am aware that a lot of people don't watch hockey. I'm telling you, a good amount of people do watch hockey, but there's also that other amount of people that don't watch hockey and are more like the baseball, football, basketball kind of people. I get it. But I want to look into this. So I'm going to take the Stanley Cup side. Not because I want to create an argument. It's because this is my true opinion. I think the Stanley Cup is one of the hardest trophies to win in all sports. I'm talking about, I'm throwing the World Cup in there. I'm throwing the Super Bowl in there. I'm throwing the World Series in it. I'm throwing the MLS Cup. I'm throwing every single championship there is out there. The Stanley Cup is one of the hardest to win. Why? It's because you need to win 4 games against the same team 4 times. 4 times you need to win 4 games against the same team. First round, you need to win 4 games against that team. You eliminate them. Next round, you need to win 4 games against this other team. You eliminate them. Next round, it just keeps on going on. And and for the Super Bowl, it's like, you beat the team once, beat this team once, beat that team once. Right? And I know, don't mind you, all sports trophies are hard to win. But if we're talking about skill-wise and effort, I think the Stanley Cup brings it home by a freaking mile. Like miles and miles to go. The Stanley Cup, I think, is the best trophy out of all of them. It's the hardest to win. And I do think it is the best looking, too. The best looking trophy. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give me your opinion. If your opinion is on the Super Bowl, please write it in the comments, because I need to know what your guys' thoughts are. Maybe you can make this an argument, and maybe we go back and forth or something like that. But this has been the Lorenzo Primerano Show. Make sure to go follow my Twitter at Lorenzo_12_24 for all daily Philly sports news, if there is any. This has been another Primerano Show, and we will see you all next week.